It is going to be consciousness, understanding that is going to see us through 2021. Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Amazingly enough, we're coming to this portion of 2020 where we're wrapping it up, and here comes the new year, 2021. And if I was to say, a lot has happened in 2020, that would be, I think, an understatement of the year. Certainly, so many people, 1.7 million people have lost their lives to this coronavirus, which is indeed very, very sad. So is there something to learn from this? Well, of course, the fact that it's very sad, that's quite obvious. But then, if we look at it, there is a lot of weakness that has surfaced, and there is a lot of strength that has surfaced. There are people who have come forward, moved forward, even in this terrible times, and brought forth their kindness, brought forth their courage, brought forth the best of them. And then there are people who only brought forth the worst of them. So this is kind of one of these teeter-totters that just constantly goes on. This is what we call the fight of the good and the bad. And reflecting back to the stories of Ram, or stories of Mahabharata, or so many other stories that have taken place on the face of this earth, there's always those who at the time of need, who at the time of problems, bring the best of them. And then there are those who bring the worst of them. A little selfishness, perhaps. A little bit of, oh no, this is mine, the right, the this, the that. And for what? Ultimately, what happens? Will we actually learn anything from this? Or this will go over, and this is what everybody's dream is, that, when is everything going to go back to being normal? Whatever that normal is. People want to go and, go to the bars and whatever they were doing, all the socializing that they were doing. And here's this one of all the pandemics. You just imagine. Here's one that really punishes you if you over-socialize. You really need to wear a mask, be with yourself, and in a way, whatever was going on, and what was accelerating to a great extent, this pandemic or something came along and just said, no, that's not the way you're going to do this. And people did not like that. And yet, what have we learned? So, here comes 2021. And I'd like to point out something. And that something is, what can we do that is a little different? What can we do that is a little bit of some learning that has taken place in our lives? So, in 2020, it was fear, paranoia, not the strength. And it isn't about enduring a mask. It isn't about being with yourself. It is about learning the basic skills of being a human being. If nothing else that you accomplish in 2021 accomplish the basic skills of being a human being. Being comfortable with yourself. Regardless of the situation, becoming comfortable with yourself. Being kind, not only to yourselves, but to the ones around you. Having empathy, understanding people's plight in a people's situation as they navigate these hard and difficult times. The generosity needs to come through, and to remember that generosity that you have in you. These are the basic human skills. To be aware that you have this existence, and that this existence is the most wonderful, most incredible gift that you have. And that you have the power in this gift to make this life the way you want it. You know, because it has been too many years that people look at their circumstance and they blame everybody else for what they have, for their situation. But maybe you can flip that, and you can see that what you have been given, instead of pre-forged tools, you have been given raw tools that you can forge into anything you want. You have been given the raw materials that you can forge them into anything you want. The question isn't, can you do it? Question is, what is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to accomplish? Is it clear to you that kindness is important? Or do you just roll the word off on your tongue of kindness because this is what you have learned, much like a parrot? Parrot might say, "Polly, want a cracker?" But believe me, the parrot has no idea what a Polly is. And the parrot kind of knows when it says the word cracker, it gets something that it can eat. It really doesn't know. And if you don't know, how are you going to dream about that dream that you want to fulfill? Because it has to be genuinely your dream. It cannot be somebody else's dream. You cannot ever, ever, ever fulfill somebody else's dream. It has to be your dream. And are you clear on what your dream is? So these are the things that we have to remember for 2021, and we have to learn how to make the most of 2021. Even with the vaccinations on the horizon, it's going to take time. It's going to take time before all actually comes together. And the pandemic rages on. There's already a very scary situation that is brewing, which is, this coronavirus might have mutated. But it is not about fear that we can bring to our new year. It is unconsciousness that brought this pandemic and made it so disproportionate in the year 2020. And it is going to be consciousness, understanding, that is going to see us through 2021. Many people will make their pledges or what they want to do, what they want to accomplish, but I pray to you that you include in your commitment for 2021 yourself, your being, your person, and allow that joy, that kindness, that clarity, that peace to manifest for you from the inside, the one that you carry in your heart. Whatever happens, be strong. Not here, but from inside, from within. That whatever happens on the outside of you, that you are strong. This is what's important. The strength isn't against one certain thing. The strength is against whatever might come. That's the true strength. Whatever might come. Will there be dramas playing out? They always were. They always were. 2020 saw all those little dramas that always played out, just super focused. And we were not ready for that. We were not ready for that. If human beings don't have kindness, it will make for a very cruel world indeed. What do you want your world to be like? And it no longer depends on other people to make that world that you want. It is incumbent upon you to begin to forge that world for yourself. Generations will come, and with each new generation, people will remember this a little bit less. Just as we have to be reminded about the Spanish flu, same thing. Slowly and slowly, all the inconveniences will drift off because there's this huge push to going back to being normal. And as soon as people attain that normal, whatever that normal will be, things will go in the back of our head. But a few will have the courage to remember, to go forward with that strength, with that clarity. I don't know to whom yesterday belongs, but the today and the tomorrow will belong to those who have the inner strength, who have the inner peace, who have the inner joy, who can be the real human in the midst of the crisis. Those who can hold on to a lit candle in the middle of vast darkness. I wish you the best of 2021. Thank you very much.